If you want to have a disagreement, let's have a disagreement. But when you're going to stand and yell and disrespect everybody in this room because you think you're being heard, and let's be clear, you're not. Let's be very clear. You're not. What you're doing is yelling now, and you're being disrespectful. You, ma'am, you are being disrespectful. And I will respect you, and I will honor the fact that you are here trying to get answers. But if you're going to hold this thing up and be disrespectful, then that's time for you to be removed. All right. So first, I'd like to know, you are not the only person who has a point of view in this room. And if you want to yell, then I will respond in kind. Because if you have to be respectful of people, you don't get to take over the room. I'm sorry, but you don't.
Okay, that was a town hall held by Florida gubernatorial candidate and Congressman Byron Donalds that was disrupted last night. Several times, protesters were ejected. They were shouting things like Free Palestine in anger over Gaza. GOP town halls nationwide have been getting disrupted over that and DOJ cuts to the government. The question is, who were those protesters? This is north of Naples, Florida. Were they bussed in? Nobody knows who they were. Let's talk into the show Congressman Carlos Gimenez from Florida and from House Homeland Security. What do you make of that? Do we know who these protesters were? Is this all, AstroTurf, bussed in, plants? What do you think?
Absolutely. Usually what happens is that they get their special interest people. They know exactly who to bus in, and that's what they do. And then they're all scripted and when to shout out, what to say, all of that, how to confront the congressman. So it's all a big script. It's all a big show. And yeah, those aren't really, I would sincerely doubt that those are neighborhood folks.
Okay, so we've got that. So there's a real pushback on what really is the reality on the ground, what voters are really seeing that the media is not reporting. We'd like you now to take a listen to EPA Chief Lee Zeldin go after a New York Times reporter saying, you've got media bias. You're not reporting on the frauds that were going on and the corruption, he says, in the Biden EPA climate change slush funds. Listen to this one. Watch.
How is it that every single time an additional rock gets overturned with another piece of evidence, that there are some people in the media who will dig down even further and saying there's no evidence?
Lisa Friedman with the New York Times. Where has a judge said that this is fraud?
I'm saying New York Times said it, Lisa. Lisa, if New York Times is going to write that there's no evidence.
Not true, sir. We've written that that judges have not found.
Okay, over the last
accurate?
few months, Lee Zeldin, administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency, has made explosive, you know this because you wrote it, has made explosive accusations against the Biden administration, accusing it of insane malfeasance in its handling of $20 billion in climate grants. Now, as a legal battle ensues over those funds, many of Mr. Zeldin's claims remain unsupported and some are flat out false. Why wouldn't you write that there is any evidence?
Congressman, what is with the New York Times? Because we looked into this, right? This is about the $20 billion in climate change slush funds that flew out the door under the Biden White House. We looked into it. We found nonprofit NGOs taking in money where those nonprofit officials running the NGOs were getting hundreds of thousands of dollars in compensation. They weren't building out any infrastructure, no solar panels going out the door, no green appliances. There was one town that had like 120 people. That was Stacey Abrams' nonprofit was trying to help. Her nonprofit got $2 billion. Nobody knows where this money went. So what is the media saying, that they just need a judge to rubber stamp that there's fraud here? Since when do you need a judge to approve a story that there's fraud or corruption?
When the fraud and corruption involves the Democrat Party, that's when they need a judge to do it. It probably needs to go all the way to the Supreme Court before they'll say, yeah, well, maybe there's something there. Look, the New York Times is really easy to interpret, all right? It's whatever they say, it's the opposite. If they say there's nothing there, there's something there. They say there's nothing there, there's something there, there's something there, there's nothing there. And so, They did that with Russia collusion. Who invented that entire Russian collusion hoax, and who was involved in it? The New York Times. It was all circular, and then everybody fed off of it. And it turned out to be a big, fat lie. And so that's why the news media, the traditional news media, is lower in confidence than a used car salesman. And so that's pretty easy to interpret. It's whatever they say, just it's the
Got it,
opposite.
Congressman.
That's the truth.
Congressman Gimenez, thanks for being with us. That was terrific. Good to see you.